Toronto, Canada's largest city, is a vibrant urban landscape filled with energy and life. But beneath the hustle and bustle, a growing problem is often drowned out: noise pollution. Every day, Toronto's residents are exposed to a constant symphony of sounds, some welcome, others not. From the roar of traffic and construction to the hum of subway trains, noise is inescapable. This is the silence of noise. Noise pollution has been linked to a wide range of health problems, including stress, sleep disturbances, and even cardiovascular disease. It's not just about hearing the noise, it's about how it affects our bodies and minds over time. Jocelyn Tan, a downtown Toronto resident, has struggled with noise for a few years.
My name is Jocelyn. I moved to Toronto about 3 years ago. Toronto's a really, really noisy city. I used to live on Bloor Street, which is one of the busiest streets in Toronto, and it just felt almost impossible to get a reprieve from the noise. And I decided to stay because I love the city and there's a lot of great work here needs to be done around public health and health equity. And now I work at the Center for Addiction and Mental Health, and I do research for adults with disabilities. Sleep is such an important part of mental health, and I think it's one of the most overlooked parts of mental health. I think that we just think of it as, something that is not super necessary, but it's the backbone of your mental functioning and mental health. Noise affects a lot. One of the most important ones I think is overlooked is the fact that there's a sense of safety that comes out of having quiet. And if you're constantly hearing noise around you, your body is always going to be at a little bit of an elevated anxiety. So if you have pre-existing mental health conditions or you don't, that really does cause challenges in your daily functioning, right? Another issue with noise is that I think about the people that I work with who have disabilities like autism and ADHD, and they are very sensitive to noise already, right? And they experience something called overstimulation, which is when you are experiencing too much sensory input like lights and noises, and when that happens, daily functioning is very, very difficult. And a lot of my patients tell me that living in Toronto is so difficult for them because they just aren't able to function, because even things like they come home and they want to relax, but they can't because there's so many cars outside, or it's really difficult for them to participate in society because of the heavy noise pollution in Toronto.
For the people of Toronto, this noise is more than just background sound. It's a constant companion, invading homes, disrupting sleep, and affecting their quality of life. Yet, there is hope. Environmental advocates such as Ingrid Boudet of No More Noise are beginning to take action.
My name is Ingrid Boudet, and I am founder of No More Noise Toronto. And I've been living in Toronto for the last 14 years. I create newsletters, I advocate, I depute in front of city council, so there's a lot of public speaking, collect crowdsourced data. My website is full of their story maps, and to me, what I wanted to do was create a picture of noise and create a community around noise that was not only receiving information from people, but sharing it back to them so they knew that they weren't alone. So the biggest obstacle when it comes to noise is actually believing that it's even a problem. As the World Health Organization says that noise is the #2 urban environmental health hazard right after air pollution. But often when we say it's too loud, people will say, oh, move to the country, or, get used to it. Cities are loud. Why did you choose to live in a city? Or move. And noise really started to impact me and my sleep and my health. And I started to research it. I saw a space for me to step into, and I thought, well, am I the only one that's aggravated by noise and annoyed by noise? And the answer is no. So those two things just and my skill set, I thought, well, let's see what we can do, because nothing changes unless somebody does something. So I'm going to do something.
In a city that never sleeps, finding moments of tranquility is more important than ever. Whether it's a park, a calm neighborhood, or a quiet street corner, these spaces serve as a reminder of what's at stake. As Toronto continues to grow, the question remains: can we strike a balance between progress and peace? Only by addressing the issue of noise pollution can we ensure a healthier, more sustainable future for all who call the city home. Together, we can all make a change.